Mitchie FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mitchie FM, it's so hot.
देखिए मैं लाल लाल खाए में हाय हाय टंगी टंगी ताऊबा में Mitchie FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mitchie FM. Mitchie FM is hot.
Mitchie FM is #1 in Cuba.
It's hot. Mitchie FM bon julung julung.
Mitchie FM, it's hot.
In this bulletin, Electoral Commission wants to verify comments Laisinian Garase made at Sodelpa meeting before going to FICAC. Public transport will run as normal on election day. An elections office will stick to its $42 million budget for polling. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Fiji First Leader and Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama has lashed out at Laisinian Garase, calling him a loser following his comparison of ballot paper numbers to the Islamic holy book. Garase in a campaign meeting told the people of Ndavuilevu Nausori that the numbers 135 and 136 of the ballot paper was taken out from the Muslim holy book, the Quran. Vosita Kotewasawasa reports.
It's this speech made by Sodelpa that is making headlines all over the world.
Na nambandunan raw tulsong walima, kinandunan raw tulsong ono,
The numbers 135 and 136 are two biblical verses in the Quran. The topic on these two verses is on justice. These two verses indicate the standard of justice that should be maintained on all of us on how we respect and make the right decision.
On justice.
I think this man has gone off his rocker, sir. Seriously. I don't know who is he speaking on behalf. Is he speaking on behalf of Sodelpa or is he speaking on his own behalf? Is he speaking on behalf of Rote Mumu? Why isn't Rote Mumu speaking out? Why is she letting this guy speak out? Because this man is not going to stand. So if he's not going to stand, I think his agenda, like Chaudhry, they only have one agenda. Because they're not going to stand, they have nothing to lose. They want to take Fiji down with them.
In today's Fiji Sun, Fiji Muslim League President Hafiz Khan says the comments made by Garase were illogical and that such comments seem to be bordering on inciting religious vilification. Attempts to get comments from Sodelpa coalition partner Fiji Labour Party proved futile as party leader Mahendra Chaudhry kept cutting off calls made to him. The Electoral Commission says it'll have to verify if these statements were made and then review it.
There is a specific provision in the actual decree which states that no individual is supposed to make any statements, and I'll put it and I paraphrase it, that will belittle another religion or to give any suggestion or suggest that a race is better off than another race. There's no room for that, and the Electoral Commission takes that duty of ensuring that no unfair campaigning on those lines are allowed.
Meanwhile, FBC News took to the streets to find out what the people think.
It's just a number, so not every numbers are from the Quran. Or you can just say 135 from anywhere else. You cannot say it from the Quran or from the Bible, because a number is just a number.
It's just too old and too racist. That's it.
It doesn't matter, because even so we have Indians who believes in Quran and Fijians believe in Bibles. So it doesn't matter if you say 135 is from the Quran. It doesn't matter.
Bainimarama says what Fiji needs right now in the days leading up to elections on September 17 is to have people who are positive thinkers to assist in carrying the country forward. Bainimarama reiterated that Garase and his party should bow out and not participate in the elections as they have nothing new to offer to the people of Fiji. Vosita Kotewasawasa, FBC News.
Buses and taxis will be running on September 17th public holiday. The Electoral Commission asked the government to amend the holiday so voters will be able to reach the polling centres. Commission Chair Chen Ban-Yang says discussions were held with the bus and taxi industry and the Commission is confident this provision will be enough to cater for people travelling to and from polling venues. Young adds rural service license providers, or RSLs, will also be able to operate in remote areas.
These are the areas, perhaps there's a corridor of 20 or 25, 30 kilometers or something like that, where we think we'll have to put in additional transport there. And then we've spoken to the bus operators, and they said they will listen we have to look at the numbers. Obviously, you can't expect them to run a special bus only for 15 people who are, who might be in that particular route.
The Fijian Elections Office will stick to the $42 million allocated in the 2014 budget, says the supervisor Mohammed Saneem. He adds they are planning all their exercises and are grateful for the help received from foreign governments. Saneem says the Australian government is sending 2 more advisors. One will help plan the distribution of ballot papers and the other will help program the logistics.
So far, in terms of finance, we have finance available, and we have adequate finance available, and we anticipate the second tranche of money from Papua New Guinea to be reaching us shortly, and that will bolster the finance capacity of the Fijian Elections.
Papua New Guinea has committed $20.1 million toward preparations for the 2014 general election. The first payment of $6 million was made in March. Fiji First Leader Vodafone Bainimarama will travel to New Zealand later this week to meet supporters as well as raise funds for the party. Bainimarama says a fundraising dinner has been organised in Auckland and there will also be an opportunity to meet the press.
But it'll give me an opportunity to talk to the Fijians out in New Zealand. Tell them what's happening in Fiji, and they obviously know what's happening in Fiji. But I think they need some clarification from me, which I'm willing to tell them when I get in.
According to Bainimarama, plans are underway to hold Fiji First meetings in Australia, but they are yet to be finalised. Businessman Kenny the Queen Raketi was found guilty today on all 5 counts of abuse of office for purpose of gain. High Court Judge Justice Janaka Bandara overturned the decision of the assessors in the trial. The Queen Raketi had used government's grants to the then NLTB to finance IT company Pacific Connects owned by Balu Khan. At the time, the Queen Raketi was the chairman of Vanua Development Corporation, the business arm of NLTB. Justice Bandara told the court that the Queen Raketi was aware that the company Pacific Connects wasn't doing well financially, but yet turned a blind eye. The Queen Raketi's lawyers have asked for time to find 3 character witnesses. The Queen Raketi will appear in court on Tuesday to set a date for sentencing. After the break, first ever National Women's Expo underway in Suva.
Gold FM is #1 here in Sigatoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nen.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about Batu Cola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Women who have converged in Suva for the first National Women's Expo hope the event will be a stepping stone to a better life. The expo, which gives the participants a platform to showcase their products as well as learn new skills, was opened today by Prime Minister Vodafone Bainimarama. Rashika Kumar reports.
It's a carnival atmosphere at the Vodafone Arena, where these women are meeting for their inaugural National Women's Expo. The event has brought together women artisans, farmers, small business entrepreneurs and others, and the spotlight will be on them for the next 2 days.
We ask participants to strive for excellence in what they produce, to make their items as attractive as they can, because this not only raises the price you receive for them, but it also helps us elevate the Fijian-made brand by linking it with quality and authenticity.
It is hoped the expo will open up new opportunities for many of the participants who have gathered from all over the country. Many of the women are looking forward to marketing their wide range of products to buyers and investors.
Whatever we want to see from all around Fiji and in
out of Fiji, we can see the things are all here. I mean, outside and inside of this Fiji, we can get it here.
I want to explain for my family to grow up.
We like our Prime Minister to help us. We don't have any bias from other countries, so we look forward for the other countries to buy things from our country.
The Expo will also offer a wide range of training workshops for participants on topics including solar electrification, financial literacy and women's wellness. A special guest at the Expo is a survivor of a Vietnamese concentration camp, Bambi Shen, who spoke strongly against domestic violence.
You deserve a life without domestic violence. You are worthy and you don't need anyone to validate your existence.
Shen is the author of her memoir, The Uncrushable Rose, that has been translated into 4 languages.
The 2,000 women from over 499 women's group will be participating in this 3 days Expo. Rashka Kumar, FBC News.
The Housing and Local Ministry will now be able to obtain a 5-year development lease for 4 informal settlements in the Greater Suva area. The agreement that enables this to take place was signed by Prime Minister and TLTB Chairman Vorengem Bainimarama and the Attorney General Aisaid Qayyum today.
Rental and premium charged by TLTB shall be fair and equitable for the benefit of all the landowning units. The Ministry, upon obtaining a 5-year development lease, which may be extended, will carry out civil works, upgrading of roads, drainage, sewage, water and electricity reticulation, and provision of fire hydrants.
Bainimarama says they have received numerous concerns from residents in the settlements.
We thank the Minister for Housing and the Ministry for Housing for coming up with some solutions that would pave the way to having these people have access to their funds in FNPF. And for those who don't have access, have funds in FNPF, they can build homes now that they own the lease.
The settlements are Ngawia and Andonoma in Lami, Wakanisila in Nasinu, and Waintamutamu in Kornivia Nausori. Fijians are being encouraged to learn more about the pension scheme available to all senior citizens above the age of 70 who don't have any FNPF funds. The Social Welfare Ministry says it has widely advertised the scheme. However, many senior citizens are still not aware of it. Akosita Tale has more.
You're collecting your social welfare?
During a recent trip to Nandi to celebrate Eid with senior citizens, Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama was concerned that a number of senior citizens were not receiving any form of assistance or pension provided by the government. The Social Welfare Ministry says there is assistance for the senior citizens in such circumstances.
We really would like to have all the people in Fiji who are 70 years and over receiving some form of superannuation, receiving a pension. And we'd like all these people to receive a pension and to come on board and apply to us for this.
The government has indicated that from January next year, pensioners will be receiving $50 a month compared to $30 they are currently receiving.
For the first time, government is paying them a wage in as far as they are concerned. They've never worked, they've never received any salary, but through the pension scheme, now that they are 70 and over, they are being paid.
The social pension scheme was first introduced in 2014 and has a budgetary allocation of $3.2 million. Apart from this scheme, the ministry also manages the bus fare concession scheme, where Fijians over the age of 60 pay only half the fare and those with disabilities are allowed to travel for free in buses. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
20 families in Lambasa who rely on sugarcane farming for their livelihood will have new homes thanks to assistance from the European Union. Another 100 homes will be repaired in the project facilitated by Habitat for Humanity. Vosita Kotewasawasa reports.
It's a new beginning for these families of Mbudalevu. In the midst of their cane farms, new homes are slowly but surely taking place.
I would like to thank them, as it was a great help for my family. My house was not in a good condition and there was no one to support us.
The European Union has funded the project and this year is the final of the 3-year project.
For a new house we're building 20 of those.
We're also doing repairs, over 100 repairs we're doing. And then we're doing, we're doing community water systems. We're doing 7 of those.
A $2,500 deposit is required from a family for a newly built home. Upon completion, there is another payment of $2,000. Then $30 is paid monthly for the next 5 years.
This funding is only for farmers and workers in the sugar industry. So in order for a family to be selected, they need to meet certain criteria. The donor criteria obviously is that whoever receives this assistance needs to prove that they have been part of the sugar industry. Right?
Under the project, 40 homes have been built in the cane belt in the Western Division. Wasita Kotiwasawasa, FBC News.
We turn to sports now. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening. Coming up, Nandraga secure a win over North Otago ahead of Skipper Cup semi-final, and Ben Ryan unable to travel with Youth Olympics 7 side. Details after the break.
Mitchie FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mitchie FM, it's so hot.
Deke me lala, kai me high. Tangi tau me.
Mitchie FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mitchie FM. Mitchie FM, it's hot.
Mitchie FM is #1 in Suva.
It's hot.
Mitchie FM, Bo Julum Julum.
Mitchie FM, it's hot.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. Talks are underway between the Fiji Rugby Union and Fasanok on a replacement for Ben Ryan at the Youth Olympics in China. This after FRU confirmed Ryan will not be travelling with the team due to medical reasons. Josephine Navula has the details.
Determined for a better performance from the boys in the upcoming Youth Olympics, Ben Ryan will still be working closely with the team in Fiji despite the injury.
I still should be able to coach the boys, the under-18 boys, a few times before they leave. And we were going to keep things simple anyway. You know, that's a team that are only just getting brought together for a few days. So keep it simple and let them express themselves.
Ryan suffered a back injury and will not be able to travel with the team. The Sevens coach says he had to make the right decision for future commitments.
Needed to make that decision because if the injury got worse, then I'd be in trouble as far as the series is concerned and the main teams.
Ryan adds that the manager of the team, Silas Sorowaki, will be in a good position to coach the team.
Certainly good enough to move up as a coach, so there may be some combination there, but I'm sure the wise people here and at Fasanok will come up with that.
Youth Olympic Games is scheduled from the 16th to the 28th of this month. Josephine Navula, FBC Sports.
The BLK Nandraga rugby side has claimed yet another victory. The side beat New Zealand's North Otago 17-11 in a friendly match last night in Singatoka. The Stallions, who are mainly made up of players from its development side, managed to tame the visitors with its own brand of rugby. Former Flying Fijian and Nandraga fullback Simeli Koniferendi featured for the Otago side. Nandraga plays Suva in the Skipper Cup semi-final on Saturday in Singatoka. The 2014 Bailey's Coral Coast Sevens will be graced by former New Zealand rep Carl Tenana. The tournament, which is renowned to attract the best from the world of sevens, will again do that in 2014. With 99 days to go, the tournament has been launched with the 2016 Olympics in mind. Henry Singh has more.
Olivaro, they've closed the... In its 5th year, the Bailey's Coral Coast Sevens keeps on attracting the big names both on and off the field.
Yeah, KT's an icon in sevens, whether it was the lightning fast running or the dreadlocks. Now he's quite a media personality back in New Zealand, still very highly regarded in the history of the game. Former New Zealand captain, a record 113 tries when he finished up his career, Commonwealth Games gold medalist, a Rugby World Cup winning captain, that sort of thing.
Marking the 100-day countdown yesterday, Jordan says the tournament, despite being one of the youngest on the international stage, is raking in the plaudits.
We have a three-pronged strategy in the men's side. Of course, the Coastal Grade 8, which gets the best of the best from Fiji, the champion of champions from different tournaments around the Pacific. We've already confirmed a team from New Zealand, hopefully Australia coming up soon, from Samoa, USA in a couple of weeks, potentially Papua New Guinea and Tonga as well.
Now, New Zealand sports media personality Mark Watson says Fiji has unpolished talent which many other nations around the world cannot match.
I think Fiji is perhaps the most untapped talent pool in the world when it comes to sport.
There was also a bit of chickiness thrown in by the biggest hotel on the Coral Coast as to why the tournament was becoming one of the best.
We truly believe, we're in the best place. We don't have the rain of Suva. We don't have the heat of Nandi. We have paradise here on the Coral Coast.
24 men's and 16 women's team will take part in the tournament on November 13th to 15th at Lawanga Park in Singatoka, so the countdown has just begun. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the Bailey's Coral Coast Sevens got another boost today with Telecom Fiji coming on board as prime partner. This is the third year the communications company has supported the tournament. Telecom Fiji will provide telecommunication facilities for the event and for local and overseas media covering the event. The tournament will be played from the 13th to the 15th of November at Lawanga Park in Singatoka. The first batch of Fijian athletes and officials who took part in the Commonwealth Games arrived back home today. Fiji finished the Games tied at 35th position after winning a single bronze medal, which was won by Apollinia Vaivai in weightlifting. Weightlifting Fiji says they are happy with Vaivai's outing and she will only get better at her next international meet.
We went to the game. She has performed very well. We're all excited with what she has performed. Now that is our benchmark. We now have to go up and prepare for 2015 in PNG.
The remaining Team Fiji members arrive on Friday. Suva will be up against third place Nandi in the Fiji Sun Skippertuna National Football League on Friday night. Suva is concerned with the number of goals the team has conceded in its last two matches against Navo and Lambasa and will miss defender Talin Reloy's services as he is suspended after copping a red card against the Mbambasing Alliance.
If you look at the last two games, we conceded 4 goals. And looking at the first round of the National League, we just conceded 2 goals in the first 7 games. In last 2 games, we conceded 4 goals. So this is an area where we have to look into it.
The match kicks off at 7:30 p.m. at ANZ Stadium, and you can catch live commentary on Radio Fiji 2 with the voice of football, Raymond Stoddart. That was your sports for tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
Vodafone Fiji today has launched its own lottery called Pick 6. It's a mobile phone-based lottery service that will allow customers to enter and win cash prizes. Marketing Officer Sanjiwa Pereira says the lottery is sanctioned under Class 2 gaming license of the Gaming Decree 2009. Pereira says Pick 6 can be played from anywhere at any time by dialing *888# on the Vodafone and Inc. network.
We have 2 options, that either to choose the quick pick option, through which the system will automatically generate random entry numbers, or the customers can choose their own set of 6 numbers between 1 to 36 as their own entry.
Winning entries will be selected by a machine on the last Sunday of each month. Only people over the age of 18 are eligible to play. Brief showers were experienced over the eastern parts of the larger islands. Fine weather prevailed elsewhere. It was warm in most centres today except for Suva and Savu, which hit 26 degrees at around 4 p.m. today. Tomorrow's forecast is for more of the same. Brief showers were experienced over the eastern parts of the larger islands, fine elsewhere. For Friday, cloudy periods with brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands, fine elsewhere. And just a quick recap of our headlines. The Electoral Commission wants to verify comments made by Laisinian Garase at a SEDELPA meeting before taking the matter to FICAC. Public transport will run as normal on election day, and Fijian Elections Office will stick to its $42 million budget for polling. Now on to our Fijian Speak segment.
Fiji Fest.
I vote for NFP.
You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And to receive the latest headlines on your mobile phone, take subspace FBC to 777. That's all for tonight. Before we leave, remember at 9 p.m. tonight, we will have a replay of For the Record that aired on Sunday night, followed by the televised version of Aina featuring NFP leader Biman Prasad and Fiji First General Secretary Ayaside Kayyum. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, good evening.
Mitchie FM is #1 in Singatoka.
I love Mitchie FM, it's so hot.
Deke me lala, kai me hi. Tangi tauwa me.
Mitchie FM is hot. Here at Rugby Town, Singatoka, love listening to Mitchie FM. Mitchie FM, it's hot.
Mitchie FM is #1 in Suva. It's hot.
Mitchie FM, bo julum julum.
Mitchie FM, it's hot.